You said that you were going to make a change this year, right? So, why haven't you? I thought that you were becoming your best self this year. You were setting more intentional goals, doing more things that made you happy. I mean, what's going on? Be honest with yourself. How many times have you promised to quit, start fresh, or finally commit, only just to give up in a couple weeks, if not days? I mean, you started, you were consistent, and then you just completely gave up on yourself, completely lost sight of the vision. I know because I've been there before. I made the same exact excuses, procrastinating, telling myself, I'll go to the gym today, just for me not to go for the whole entire month. Telling myself, I want to eat healthier, I want to get in shape, I want a nice body, just for me to be in a Chick-fil-A line the next day getting some chicken tenders and fries. Telling myself that I'll start next week, and next week turned into next year. And I just found myself becoming stagnant and content with life. But what if I told you the motivation that you're constantly seeking is not reliable? The feeling to feel motivated is only delaying your process and holding you back. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that, but the truth is, it's not the motivation that you need. It's discipline. And that's exactly what we're going to be chatting about today and throughout my whole first ever series, March for Discipline. At the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to break free from bad habits, build real discipline, and have structure within your life, and finally become that person you've been saying that you want to be. So if this is something that you're interested in, stay tuned and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on videos like this one. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's talk about the difference between motivation and discipline. I actually go in depth on these topics. A lot of people have a lot of misconception that they need motivation to achieve their goals. I don't know where that came from, but a lot of us think that. Even me. I mean, you hear it all the time, like, I need motivation to get started. I need motivation to post my content. I need motivation to work out. I need motivation to start my business. But the truth of the matter is, motivation is not reliable. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and it goes. And if you're waiting to feel motivated before you take that action, you're going to stay stuck and stagnant. I'm sorry to let you know. I'm sorry to be the one to let you know. But motivation is an external source. It's something that influences you from the outside. For example, you might see someone who's sharing their weight loss journey on social media. You also might be on your weight loss journey. So that might inspire you and motivate you at that moment to get up and go to the gym. Another example would be, you on the phone. We all have that one good girlfriend and know exactly what to say to give us that boost of energy, that boost of confidence that we need. As soon as we get off the phone, girl, we motivated. We want to do everything. But think about it. You're only motivated or feeling good or in the mood to do something when someone or something is influencing you to do so. I mean, what happens when the motivation fades away? What happens when you don't feel like it? What happens when you don't have no type of inspiration? What are you going to rely on then? What happens when no one is around to give you that motivation, give you that extra push that you need, that you're looking for? That's when discipline comes in. Discipline comes in when you know that you don't have nobody pushing you, when you still got to do it. Discipline is showing up for yourself when you're tired, unmotivated, uninspired. It's committed to your goals because you made that commitment, and it's up to you to hold yourself accountable and to fulfill that promise that you made. Discipline is what separates the people who succeed from the people who quit. Disciplined people don't rely on their feelings. Disciplined people rely on commitment. A lot of people always ask me, like, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated to wake up every day at 5 o'clock, 5:30, get up, go to the gym, post on social media, still be active. Even when you're not generating sales, you're still posting, you're still consistent. How are you doing it? I'm really not doing it. But I'm disciplined enough to, show up and fulfill the commitment that I made to myself, because I owe it to myself and I'm not letting myself down. If I rely on motivation to do everything, I would get absolutely nothing done, okay? Most of the time, I don't feel like it. Most of the time, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to get out of my cozy bed and wake up at 5:30 in the morning in the cold and go to the gym. Most of the time, I just want to lay in the bed till 7 o'clock. Most of the time, I really want to stop at Chick-fil-A and give me some of them crispy chicken tenders, them chicken strips that they have. But then that's when the discipline kick in. And I have to have more willpower to say no, even when I can say yes. That is discipline. Always remember, motivation will get you going, but discipline will keep you growing. You will continue to grow if you have discipline. Okay, so now that we have a better understanding on motivation and discipline, let's talk about ways that we can build discipline. You need to create a routine. You're most likely to be consistent with things when they are a part of your routine. Like I said previously, motivation is built on feelings and discipline is built on habit and routine. This is something that I struggle with heavily and I had a hard time with because I used to just wing it all the time until life started winging me, girl. I used to film, edit, post all in the same day, overstimulating and burning myself out. I had no structure, and the lack of structure led to inconsistency. I didn't have time to do the things that I wanted to do because I was constantly focused on the aspect of my business and making content. Everything was revolved around work, and being a business owner, if you know running a business, you wear all types of hats. Like, you're the graphic designer, the bookkeeper, admin, sales, and marketing manager. Like, you're just wearing all of these hats and so many titles. Like, it's not easy. It's mentally and physically draining. One of the things that helped me these last couple of months with creating a routine was stepping into this person that I saw myself as. She wasn't constantly burnt out running around like a frantic mess. She was organized, disciplined, and she had structure. But the first step that's going to help you in creating this routine is to envision the person that you want to become. Like, what does her day look like? You have to know, what does this person look like? Does she go to the gym? Does she prioritize healthy eating? Does she prioritize her time? Does she read books often? What does she eat? When you have a clear picture of who she is and what her life looks like, it becomes so much more easier for you to just step in those shoes and just embody that person. You want to create an ideal schedule for yourself and be intentional about it. Notice that I say ideal, okay? Not something massive and out of reach, but a routine that you know that you can commit to. For example, if you're used to waking up at 9 a.m., don't force yourself to jump straight up at 6 a.m. just because that's what you see others doing. Instead, start small by aiming to wake up an hour early, let's say 8 a.m. Then, if your long-term goal is 6 a.m., use these building blocks to gradually get there, opposed to you just immediately setting yourself up for failure. How I created my current routine now was by waking up at 6 a.m. I didn't create a massive goal that I knew would be hard for me to reach. Since I was used to waking up around like 7-ish, making a slight adjustment to waking up at 6 o'clock wasn't really a big deal for me. This small shift helped me build consistency, and now I wake up around 5:20, 5:30, getting closer to my ultimate goal. Discipline is all about making small changes to your life, and not committing to one big, massive goal. Discipline is built by constantly performing small acts of courage. It's all about taking the small steps to get there. You want to create a routine that is tangible. Pick a day that you're going to focus on certain things. And don't try to squeeze everything in one day. Don't do what I did, because this is where I had to learn. And I had to learn the hard way. But anyway, for instance, Sundays could be your days that you don't do anything work related. Sundays can be your days that you rest, you reset, you decompress. You wash clothes, you prep, and you prep for the week. Mondays could be days that you deep clean your house. Tuesdays could be like your days that you're going to the gym, etc. Everything needs to be built into your routine so it can make your day way more easier and you could achieve these goals. Your day shouldn't just revolve one thing like work, coming home, scrolling on social media, then going to sleep and repeating the same thing. No. Space out your days for what you're going to do. As a hairstylist, I structure my week to keep things balanced and flowing. Fridays are like my film days. Mondays are for editing, and I post Tuesday through Friday. Sundays are strictly off limits for posting. Like, I may do like small tasks around the house, tidy up, go run some errands or something like that, but nothing work related. Breaking things down this way helps me stay organized, avoid burnout, and create a system that actually works for me. A routine is not about restriction. It's all about freedom. Freedom from feeling overwhelmed, lost, stuck in a cycle of I'm just going to do it later. Create a routine that you know for sure that you could commit to. Something that actually works for you, and be intentional when you create this. Number 3, these aren't in any specific order. I'm just sharing what has worked for me and the things that I've started to implement in my life recently that have already shown results. But if I had to choose, I would definitely start with this one, which is, what is your why? If you want to build discipline, you need to establish clear goals. Like, they need to be vivid. A lot of times we chase things without even knowing why we want them. We just want them. We might see other people want them, or they might be, fascinating to us. We just want them. There's no real direction. And that's why it's so hard to stay consistent, because you don't have a strong enough reason to keep driving forward. You say that you want to save 5K, 10K, but why? What is the purpose behind it? What are you saving that much money for? You say that you want to make 10K in sales, 50K in sales, okay, but why are you trying to make that much in sales? What is your end goal behind it? You say that you want to lose 50 pounds, okay. Why do you want to lose 50 pounds? What is the deeper reason behind this? What are you hoping to gain from this? Having a why gives you that drive that you need to persevere. It's your motivation. It's the thing that pushes you to be consistent even when motivation fades. Your why will be the reason that you keep showing up for yourself consistently, especially on the days when you don't feel like it. It's the foundation that will help you stay committed, push through challenges, push through obstacles, and make sacrifices. It's the fuel that powers your discipline and keeps you focused on the end goal. When the day gets hard, your why will remind you why you started it and what you're working towards, making every step along the way meaningful and worth it. Number 4, you need to identify your distractions. What is it that's stopping you from being consistent? Why can't you be disciplined? Why don't you feel like you can achieve your goals? What is causing you to be distracted? What stops you from being productive? Why can't you post that content? Why do you procrastinate so much? You need to identify these distractions and limit them. If you have a problem with picking up your phone, every time you get a notification, like you always got to check it, or you always feeling the need to scroll on your phone on like social media in the middle of doing something that requires your attention, you need to have the strength to put your phone on D&D or place it out of your reach. Ever since I moved and started this new journey, I have been utilizing D&D heavily, okay? Because I didn't have the discipline enough to not answer my phone when somebody called. To tell somebody, I'm going to call you back, I'm working right now, or I can't talk right now. I just was easily distracted. When I'm working, my phone is on D&D and out of reach. I don't even want to see it, hear it. I don't even want to know that it's there, okay? I know that a lot of us have this problem where we go on TikTok to search for one thing, and the next thing you know, we 2 hours in deep, okay, behind schedule because we just been scrolling unintentionally. For me, procrastination often creeps in on me when I know that I have a lot to do, but I feel like I'm running out of time or something, or I won't be able to post when I anticipated to. It sounds backward because I know my goal is to post at 3 and it's only 7 a.m. I have plenty of time, right? But what I realized is that was my anxiety rising, and I started to just distract myself from what I really needed to do. For example, on a day that I'm supposed to be batching content, I'll end up doing everything under the sun except sitting down, setting up that camera, and actually filming. I'll put a load in the washer. I will grab a snack. I'll watch a video on YouTube, maybe scroll on TikTok maybe for an hour just to avoid the task of doing it. But what helped me break this cycle was telling myself I have enough time to get it done. I always remind myself that I don't have to rush. And whatever that I don't get done today, I can always pick up tomorrow. Having these self-talks have really made a difference in shifting my mindset and staying focused. Spending time with yourself more is very important in understanding what is distracting you. What do you need to walk away from? What do you need to work towards? What is holding you back from becoming your higher self? What you need to do is create a system to get closer to you. You can even start with journaling, praying, meditating, get in sync with yourself. The more time that you spend with yourself, you'll realize what you like and what you don't like, what makes you happy and what actually drains you. Next, we have number 5. Celebrate yourself. Reward yourself. Rewarding yourself reinforces good habits. It makes you want to keep being consistent and showing up for yourself. When you achieve a goal, no matter how big or how small, celebrating your progress helps you to build a positive association with discipline. It reminds you that your hard work is paying off, and it gives you something to look forward to, motivating you to keep going. It creates a healthy balance within your routines. If you've been disciplined with your workouts, treat yourself to a new gym outfit. Go to Lulu. Never mind. Don't go to Lulu. They too expensive anyway. But anyway, take yourself out on a date. Treat yourself to something nice. If you've stayed disciplined with your finances, reward yourself with something meaningful. Not impulsive, but meaningful. If you've been eating clean, you've been going to the gym, and you've been on this healthy eating diet, let yourself have a cheat day. I do it. It's not going to do you no harm. What I noticed is that we do reward ourselves for a bad habit. If you didn't accomplish anything on your to-do list or meet any goals for that week, why are you at the bar? Why are you spending money rewarding yourself? For what? What did you do? You said that you didn't have time to work on your goals. You didn't have time to go to the gym or to work on that project, to study. But you somehow had time to go to the bar and spend unnecessary money. It's time that you shift this mindset. Discipline doesn't have to feel like a punishment. It's simply letting your brain know that you need to sacrifice immediate pleasure for greater reward in the future. It's that simple. Last but not least, so if you don't take anything from this video, please take this, because this, I just feel like, is so crucial and it resonates with a lot of us. Practice keeping the promises that you make with yourself. A lot of us can't become disciplined because we simply don't trust ourselves enough to do something. We don't follow through with the promises that we make to ourselves. We're simply just not committed. You tell yourself that you're going to do something and then do absolutely nothing. If you say that you're going to achieve a goal and you don't even put in the effort to actually accomplish it, don't even take an initial step to do it, then eventually your words hold no value. Not just to yourself, but to others as well. A lot of us make goals, but we never execute. We just sit on ideas. You don't even hold yourself accountable. You're so used to saying that you're going to do something and then doing nothing that you don't even trust yourself anymore. I've always wanted to become a gym girly, and I used to tell myself things like, I wish I could wake up at 5 a.m. Like, I wish I can go to the gym, have a nice body. Like, I could never go to the gym every day. And I never thought that I would be committed to, number 1, waking up early to crack of dawn. Secondly, waking up to go directly to the gym. Like, I just didn't believe that I was capable. But what helped me develop this trust and confidence to pursue that goal that I've always wanted for myself was to keep a small promise that I made with myself. I told myself that I would wake up 5 times a week and go to the gym. Despite waking up later than I anticipated, whether it was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it could be even 1 o'clock, which I typically don't wake up that late. I still went no matter what. I kept my promise, and it built my confidence. It built trust. And I knew from there I could achieve any other goal that I set for myself. I just knew that I had the courage to do that. If you struggle with this, start small. If you tell yourself that you're going to go to the gym today, actually go. Don't just say it, do it. Don't just say that you're going to do something and don't do it. Hold yourself accountable. Even if you do go for 30 minutes, you could still say you did it. Those little promises that you keep will start to grow and multiply. What helps me stay on track is setting small, weekly, intentional goals for myself. This year, I'm focused on expanding my knowledge and expanding my vocabulary, reading more, and just feeding my brain with different things. I set a goal to read at least once a week. Notice that I didn't say every day, but just once a week. If I have time to read a little bit more or read another chapter, that's great, but My goal overall is to keep it tangible and keep it achievable. This way I'm building consistency without becoming overwhelmed with myself. The habits that you're working on now are shaping your future self. No, it won't happen overnight. No, you won't be an overnight success. But what I can say is what you focus on grows and what you starve would die. If you focus on elevating your life and becoming the best version of yourself, then you'll make that your reality. One day you're going to wake up and realize you became that person. The seeds that you plant today will be your fruit for the future. You have to do things that the future you will be proud of. You have to sacrifice the old version of yourself for the higher version of yourself. Don't focus on what others are doing. Don't fall into this trap of perfection that society tries to present to us on social media. Listen to your spirit, follow your intuition, and enjoy your own journey. You are doing amazing. Let me know in the comments what you are doing this year to become more disciplined. What are you focused on in this season that aligns with the person that you want to become? Okay, so now that we're at the end of this video, I'm going to let y'all in on an insider. Since we're on the topic of discipline, it is now 10:08 and I have notifications all day. I have not been on my phone. I have not been on my phone all day since 9 a.m. I got up this morning at 5:20, went to the gym, and I started batching content because this is my first ever long form video. I've never did a long form content video before. I actually sat down and filmed long form content that was very valuable and, informative. But anyway, yeah, I'm tired as hell. I feel like I did a double today. And I'm just drained. But more of the story is I still persevered. And despite the challenges that came my way, because my whole draft that I had typed up for myself, it got deleted. Like, I typed up a whole draft in my phone, in my notes, and it got deleted, and it was the most important part. Despite me being overwhelmed, me being upset, and just so livid, I still continue to show up and make this 20-minute long video. If only y'all knew my pain. Like, I have a goal for myself with YouTube and be consistent and disciplined this whole month of March and producing content, because that's the goal that I made for myself. I'm tired right now. I know that I made a goal. I know what I'm trying to achieve. I have my why, and my why is keeping me going. My why is the reason why I'm up right now. My why is giving me that fuel that I need to keep going. Even when I wanted to quit, that why is keeping me going. But this is the end of our video. I hope that y'all liked it. I hope that y'all really enjoyed my first series for March for discipline. And I cannot wait to see you all in my next series. And always remember to have grace upon your life. Give yourself grace. Like, you are doing amazing. You're doing a great job. You're not going to be an overnight success. Things are just not going to happen for you overnight. Things are not going to happen for you when you want them to happen. But you have to work for those things to happen for you. And always remember that Jesus loves you. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.